new business model that's going to be the future and what it is that you should be doing. Every single time, I've done this for a really long time, I'm always getting the same questions, the same things, the same considerations, things like, oh, but Ping Jun, what if I'm shy, what if I'm introverted, what if I'm an absolute beginner, what if I don't like talking to people, what if I don't know how to get my first sale, what if I'm not a celebrity, what if I'm not known? And this is what today's video is all about. Today's training is to give you that clarity that's going to be action step based, to walk you through, regardless of whether you're brand new, whether you already have a 9 to 5, or whether you don't have a 9 to 5, and whether you want to be your own boss, or whether you have an existing business, regardless of your current situation. I'm going to be giving you the steps, the mechanics, so that by the end of this training, you will have absolute clarity on how do you move forward. Because let's face it, right? You could have all of the information out there, you could watch all the inspirational, motivational videos on YouTube or on social media, but guess what? Without the tactics, without the steps, it's not going to change you and what it is that you do, and you're just going to have the same results, right? Wouldn't you agree? So in this video, we are going to be talking about exactly that. Okay, so in the previous video, let's do like a quick 30-second recap. I actually kind of wrote out the bullet points of what it is that we covered right up to this point. Okay, so yes, this is video 3 out of the 4-part training series, and if somehow you landed on this page because a friend tagged you or something, and you have no idea what it is that I'm talking about, you have no idea what Business 3.0 is, you have all these little things, it is because you missed the first 2 videos. So that means if this makes absolutely no sense, pause this video right now, go back to video number 1 or video number 2, make sure you're watching these videos in order, because if not, this video is not going to make sense here. Okay? So let's quickly talk about the things that is probably stopping you right now from implementing. And I'm going to talk about from a tactical, strategic point of view to show you how to move forward. Okay, so right up to this point, video number 1, we talk about Business 3.0 and how businesses that will not just survive but thrive moving forward must have these 2 things. They must have an online sales process, number 1, okay? But at the same time, they must have an online delivery mechanism. They must be able to fulfill that promise for that product, program, service online in order to future-proof the business. Okay? And if you want to be able to future-proof your business, you've got to be able to do these 2 things. Then, in the same video, we talked about how there are these different products and models that fits this criteria. We talked about affiliate marketing, selling products, of course, take physical products like e-commerce, it could be virtual event, it could be packaging and positioning a done for you service. Why? Because these are the type of services that's going to be in demand that business owners and entrepreneurs want and desire. So it's all about done service. At the same time, video number 2, what did we do? We talked about the 3 different models. So chances are 2 days ago, I showed you the 3 different models on either how do you capture more leads so that you can either sell your course or other people's products. Okay? I showed you how another funnel or sales process could be doing an online presentation or an online webinar. Or I talked about the 3rd model, which is high ticket application model, so that if you want to work with clients, charge high ticket for one service, that is the 3rd model. Now, regardless of which model you want to go for, selling whatever product, this is what we've covered so far. But here's the question. Chances are, at this stage, you might be thinking, okay, Ping Jun, Business 3.0 on theory, on paper, sounds amazing. Okay, I can see why these products and these models are going to be the future and why it's going to future-proof any business, regardless of what happens, despite the uncertainty. But here's the problem, Ping Jun, here's what you don't understand. This is my unique situation, okay? So I literally spent, I don't know, the last 30 minutes listing down every single question, objection, obstacle that people would tell me over the years on why they can't make it happen. Okay, so I literally wrote it all down here. We'll be going through all of it. Some of it is going to be really obvious in terms of solution. But basically things like, Ping Jun, what if I don't have a product? I'm absolutely, I don't know how to take one. What if nobody knows me?
Em về Bình Dương lại
I
thôi.
don't know how to get clients. And what if it's not my market or for my
Bình Dương Dạ, thế
But
mình
Peng Joon, I stay in
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Africa. Peng Joon, I stay in Malaysia. I
Yeah,
stay
nhớ
in
mà.
Philippines. Will this work for country name? But Peng Joon, what if nobody knows who I am? I've got no credibility because
thì ghê lắm.
what if I'm not a guru? What if I'll never make $1 million? What if I
Yeah.
don't have a business? What if I already have a business? So
Anh đang nhậu à?
this video is to show you how
Yeah,
to
I
think
know,
about
I
this,
know.
but not just how to think about it, but how to take action
Yeah.
on all.
Vậy em nhậu đi. Bữa nào
So
em
the way I'm
ra đó em
going to
alo
answer this
nha.
is first to introduce to you a very
Anh hai nhậu đi. Khi nào em ra em alo nha.
then I think when I first studied
Dạ
it,
dạ
I
dạ
never
dạ.
really
Để em hỏi thăm anh nha.
Okay, so I actually spent, well, I didn't spend it, but I was on school.
Dạ không. Rồi em không.
A long time ago when I was studying marketing. Marketing
Yeah,
just
yeah.
this these two basic concepts, right? The pull technique and the push technique.
Dạ dạ đúng rồi.
And I remember when I
chưa
first
chưa
studied
thấy
this,
gì.
I don't know, high school or college.
Dạ dạ.
I didn't really understand it, but I want to be able to show
Yeah.
the application of this
Khỏe
in
khỏe lắm anh.
online
Hai
marketing.
khỏe không?
Now in the online marketing world, you
Huh?
gotta understand that same thing here. There's the push and the
Có anh có.
Now what does this mean? To answer these different questions and application of it all, you first need to understand
dạ,
how
không
is
anh.
push and pull marketing associated
dạ.
and implemented in your life. Okay, here's how it works.
Em về gần tháng rồi á.
Well, push means going
Yeah,
to
yeah.
your audience and where they're hanging out. Pull means understanding where they're hanging out and
Yeah, yeah,
connect
đúng rồi.
so they come to you instead.
Dạ dạ.
Okay? So if we understand that, then we just gotta think about, okay, so if
Dạ
we
dạ
wanna
dạ.
be
Khi nào em
successful
ra đó em điện nha. Hai nhậu vui vẻ nha.
how
Yeah,
can
yeah,
we
yeah.
apply this in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
online world?
Dạ dạ dạ.
So, in the online world, same thing, push and pull. What is push and pull?
Ở Đức nữa hả?
The reason why I'm holding up my handphone over here is because
Dạ dạ
the
dạ.
platforms that we use and the thing that's in your pocket right now is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
either
Right, yeah.
push or pull. Let me explain. So,
Dạ dạ dạ.
what is pull? Pull means people are hanging out and then have them coming to you. And how do you actually do that? So think about it as in pull would be search base where they're hanging out and now they are coming to you. How do you actually do that? So for example, let's take an example like YouTube or Google. Okay? So YouTube or Google, think of it as a person is on a search engine doing a search. Now think about your market. What do you think a person is searching for in your market? So maybe it's a specific, I don't know, yoga pose. It might be a specific technique on bonsai gardening. It could be how to get more gold in World of Warcraft, right? These are different keywords that people are searching for on the search engine on YouTube. So that means if you want to be able to apply pull marketing, you would then create content in order to attract these audiences. So I don't believe in theory, I always believe in showing you exactly how that is done. So let's do an example, okay? To answer the question of, but Peng Joon, what if nobody knows me? And what if I'm not a celebrity? And what if I'm not famous? And nobody knows who I am? So let's answer that question here first, okay? So I'm gonna go into my screen right now and share my screen with you to show you exactly what pull marketing looks like. So for example, this is a video here, and I'm just gonna move my face to the right hand side here. Okay, so you can see that this video here was created in January 2020. And it has approximately 159,000 views. So, this video here is on how to get verified on Instagram. Now, how did this video get over 100,000 views? It got over 100,000 views because I created content that pulled people to me based on search. Now, how did I make that happen? It is because if somebody does a search on Google for like the keyword how to get verified on Instagram, here's one thing that happens. You will see, right, very, very common, that whenever a person does a search on Google very often recommends a YouTube video. So when a person does a search for this keyword, like how to get verified on Instagram, they would see this video because it's optimized the right way. And because it's getting the reach and the visibility, when a person does the search, there's a chance of them clicking on this video, and when they watch this video, guess what? That is when the odds of them wanting to engage with me, work with me, study with me, hire me or my company, well, it's going to be a whole lot higher. So this video is pulling clients in. And I can't tell you the amount of messages and DMs that I have from people saying, hey man, are you an agency? Can you help me get verified on Instagram? I will gladly pay you. And if you take a look at a lot of services online on people that is willing to pay an agency to get them verified, you can see that the cost can range from like $8,000 to $25,000. Now, I'm not an agency. I don't charge people to get verified. I just give this information out for free. But to prove this to you, okay, I just took a few screenshots of people who emailed me. Okay, now they took the resources to email me. Can I have just my face on? Okay, so side note to my post-production team, please make sure that we are personal details are obviously blocked out. Okay, so I want to be able to share with you, like, take a look. Okay, I am getting emails after emails saying, hey, I saw your stuff to get verified. I saw your YouTube video. I saw your questions. Ping Jun, I want to write a book. I saw your question on getting Instagram verified. Hey, my name is so and so. I'm an actor from Connecticut. I saw your video on Instagram, on YouTube about getting Instagram video. I thought it was very verified. I thought it was really interesting. Yada yada yada. Okay. So, and by the way, just pause 1 second. Side note: these are just people who got the resourcefulness to actually find out what our contact details are and to actually write into us. And what if I told you, obviously, most of the time, if somebody's wanting to get verified on Instagram, I would say that I had at least 500 DMs since January out of the 150,000 views of people either sending me queries or questions, wanting to work with us in order to help them get verified. So, question, can you imagine if I had some sort of solution to that problem where I created either a course or consulting or done for you work that actually helps them get that specific result? Right? Now again, I didn't build a funnel around it, I didn't have an offer around it, but I could have if I wanted to, and guess what? That all stemmed from just one video. So in other words, hopefully here's what you're starting to see. Okay? Hopefully you're starting to see that when it comes to some of the questions that you might have, like, oh, but Ping Jun, nobody knows me. Oh, but I'm not famous. But I don't have a list. And I don't know how to get clients. Notice, all these are things that is something that we might tell ourselves, but it's just a really very convenient line. So the truth is, why did these people want to work with me or hire my company? Because I utilized this angle, which was a full method where I'm creating content, whether it is an article, right? You could be saying, but Ping Jun, I don't want to appear on camera, I don't want people to see my face because I'm shy and injured. Great. Doesn't need to be a YouTube video, it could be an article that you post on a third-party website like Medium, where it's still based on search. Okay? So in other words, people don't buy from you because you're a celebrity or because you're famous. People buy from you and would want to invest in your product, program, service, offer done for you because you had, please write this down, the right message, with the right offer, with the right timing. That's what it is. Right? Chances are, think about, like, how are you watching this video right now? Chances are, at some point in time, you were scrolling on some page, and maybe you saw a post from me, an ad from me, and it got your attention, and somehow you went through some process, you entered the name and email somewhere, and that's why through your emails, your follow-up sequence, that's why you're here right now. You didn't follow me because I was some well-known celebrity. But you followed me because I had the right message, the right offer at the right time. And case in point, that's why you're here. Okay? So that's the first angle. The second angle would be push. Now what is push? Push is kind of like the first ever TV commercial, right? Just think about it. There was a point in time when there was this thing called a TV, right? And you millennials watching this video might be like, what's a TV? So before Netflix, there was this object where you could stare into it and there would be moving pictures, okay? And that would be how most people would spend their time watching this video. And TV, just like the social media platforms, needed a way to monetize and make money. So what did they do in order to make money off TV episodes? They started running this thing called TV commercials, right? And in our world today, what is this? This is ads, where you're watching something on Facebook, you're scrolling, and then this ad pops up. Chances are it could have been my face, and or you could be watching a YouTube video, this recommended video, clicked on it, and before the video loaded, there was an ad. So, what is that? That is push marketing. Push is when you are interrupting their feed and going to them instead. But understand something, push marketing is not about the traditional way of going out there and handing out name cards and brochures and pamphlets. It is just about interrupting somebody's attention. While their attention is on a specific platform, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you now have an ad that goes out to these people. Now, the question is, so how do you implement push marketing even if you have no experience, no credibility, not a guru, right? Who's going to listen to me, right? Chances are that's what you're saying. So push marketing, think about this way. The way to think about push marketing is this very simple question of, and I want you to write this down, where is my existing audience and potential audience hanging out? So when it comes to push marketing and pattern interrupt, it's just thinking to yourself, okay, is my audience currently in some sort of Facebook group? Is there a specific book that you like? Is there a specific thought leader or expert or software that they might like and follow on Facebook and they're a fan of that page? Is there a specific YouTube channel that they're watching? And push marketing is all about how, so write this down, next sentence down, which is about how can I enter the conversation that is already taking place. So right now, understand push traffic is understanding that there's some conversation taking place on some Facebook group, on some search, on YouTube, on a Facebook page, and guess what? You can actually run an ad that interrupts this person's attention while they're watching his YouTube video, while they are hanging out on Facebook because they like the specific page. And the way you can actually do that and apply this right now, there are a lot of different techniques, is this, okay? So, how do you do this if you are an absolute beginner and nobody knows who you are and nobody's going to listen to you and you don't have any testimonies to say? Here's what you do. If you want to apply push marketing strategies in the online world, first thing, right, where are they hanging out? So let's say I have this, let's make up this Instagram verification high ticket service. I charge for whatever, $10,000. So let's say I have this 10,000 done for you full-fledged service where I manage the PR, the content creation, and eventually the verification of their account. So what can I do? What is push? Where are they hanging out? Okay, so where they hang out is probably at popular Facebook groups. So what can I do? Right now, I will go to, say, a popular internet marketing group, like, let's say, ClickFunnels, 150,000+ members in that group. Here's what I'm not doing. What I'm not doing is, hello everybody, my name is Peng Jun, I run an Instagram verification company and would love to be able to help you guys. Send me a PM if that's what you want to do. That's not what I'm doing, okay? What I'm going to do instead is, I'll go to the group and I will do a search within that group for the keyword, either Instagram or Instagram verification. Now guess what's going to happen? Yes, you can do searches within groups for specific keywords. Facebook is going to show me all of the results of people that have brought up either Instagram or Instagram verification. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to reply, remember, conversations already taking place, and I'm going to reply to these comments to genuinely help them. Why are they asking questions? Because there's something that they want to learn or discover or do when it comes to Instagram or getting verified on Instagram. So now I'm entering a conversation, and if somebody says, so what does Instagram look at when it comes to being verified? I will go in there and say, so here's my experience on getting verified. There are 3 things that you look at, right? Genuinely give value by giving value, and don't be that person. Now, what do I mean by don't be that person, guy or gal? It means don't be that person that says, hi, I can actually help you, and send me a DM if you would like to speak with me one-on-ones to see if I can help you. Okay? Now that's lame. Okay? In fact, it's just a cheap way to generate leads. Okay? That is not effective. When I say cheap, not effective. Okay? So that's also another way that kicked out. So what you want to do is push marketing means reply to this person, and guess what? If you actually did a good job and delivered value, do you know what's going to happen? This person would be saying, and other people watching this thread, what are they saying? They're saying, wait a second, how does this person know? That's actually a really good answer. And guess what? That is when they're going to click on your profile. And can you imagine if in your profile you did what it is that I taught you in the first 2 videos? You actually built up a very simple, say, lead funnel or an application funnel or presentation, one of these funnels, right? It could have been my 15-point checklist on how to get Instagram verified. Enter your name and email to look at the 15 things Instagram looks at. Right? Enter your name and email below to download this checklist. Right? It could be a presentation that says, you know, my 3 secrets on how to build an engaged Instagram following to finally get yourself verified. It could be an application funnel that says, hey everybody, it's Peng Joon here, and after working with many clients and getting myself verified, one of the things that we do as an agency is to help people like you who's looking to get channel verified, and we specialize in press releases, book publishing, and basically the things that Instagram looks at to help you get verified. It is a done-for-you service. We're not cheap, but if you like to have a peace of mind working with professionals, all you gotta do is below this video, click on this button to apply to work with us to see the good fit for each other. Right? So notice what I'm doing. All I am doing is, by the way, I'm linking what it is that you guys learned and discovered in the first 2 videos. But I am also now utilizing push marketing in order to get more leads, more clients. Okay? By understanding where they hang out. Now this could be in the form of ads, right? Just paid. This could be in the form of engagements, right? Talking to them, commenting on them, with them, on the posts. Okay? So this is push. And the whole thing about push is just thinking about where they hang out, how can I enter that conversation, deliver value, not be that guy that says, PM me for more info, but rather genuinely add value, whereby if it actually generated value, people would want to look at your profile. And now because your profile, maybe in your Facebook banner, has some sort of call to action that shows them a result that they want to generate and leads them back with this, one of these models, that eventually might sell one of these things, whether it's a home product or something like this product, whether it's a digital course, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's done for you service or virtual event. Notice how things are now working with each other with synergy. Okay? Utilize a traffic strategy here. You send them to a funnel, a sales process that has got that's an online sales process with an online delivery mechanism. Are you guys getting this? Right? Can you see why this is the new opportunity? Okay? So it doesn't matter, right? If you have no credibility, what do you need to do? You need to start building credibility by just genuinely helping people. Doesn't matter if you have no experience, you're gonna start somewhere. Nobody cares that you're a guru. All these people that sent me a DM didn't know who I was. They sent me a DM and they emailed me or my team wanting to work with us easily, more than 500 queries. And that, by the way, that's from one video. Why? Because we have the right message at the right time with the right offer. Okay? So let's talk about the rest of this. And by the way, let me know in the comments what you guys are taking away so far. I would love to be able to know what it is that you learned so far, your biggest takeaway. Leave that in the comment section below. But what if I don't have any product? Okay, we have already kind of discussed this. If you have no product, either create one, everybody starts somewhere by identifying what the problem is that facing, or start off by promoting somebody else's product. Because when you do affiliate marketing, that is still in line with business 2.0, which is an online sales process with an online marketing. What if it doesn't work for my market, for my niche, for my industry? Okay, this is a very common question of people say. But Peng Joon, will this work for the insurance market, the real estate market, the toy review market, the relationship market, the cryptocurrency market, the investment market, right? How do I know if it would work for my niche name? Okay, that's a great question. So, the question I'd like you to ask yourself, I don't have to answer it, but here's the question you ask yourself. The question you ask yourself is, number one, has somebody else within that niche built $1 million business within that market? I don't have to answer that question. You go do your due diligence. Do you think somebody else has built a multi-million-dollar business in the whatever niche, in the gardening niche, in the computer gaming niche, in the skincare niche, in the beauty niche, in the weight loss niche, in the keto diet niche, in the paleo niche, in the video marketing niche, in the Facebook niche? And that's question number one, right? In toy review market, in the makeup tutorial market. That's question number two. The second question is, if the answer is yes, then why can't you be that next person? If the answer is yes, it will be, so what did this other person do that you didn't do? So it means it's possible, it just means that you haven't figured out the steps in order to make it possible. So what are the steps? Well, I have a 5-step process that is going to be revealed in the next video, in the next training, okay, to show you exactly what the steps are and what are the steps that I utilize together with the steps that I use together with students as well as my graduates. I'm going to be walking you through how you can actually accelerate this journey of getting results. That's all going to be revealed in about 2 days from now, right? To show you how you can actually apply this. Okay? But that's how you answer that question. Will it work? Just ask yourself, has somebody else done it? And I can guarantee you, no matter how weird that market that you want to go into or you're in right now, somebody else has done it. Somebody else has managed to pivot to build an online sales process with some sort of online delivery mechanism in every case. Whether it's B2B, whether it is network marketing, whether it is real estate, somebody else did it. So the question is, what did that person do that you didn't? Here's another question. People say, but Peng Joon, what if I'm not in the US? What if I'm living in some third world country? Does this work for me? Let me tell you something. If anything at all, this works for you, because that means that if you want to be able to outsource and hire people, and the difference in purchasing power is going to be to your advantage. And I can tell you something, living here in Malaysia is where I'm from, a lot of times people tell me, like Peng Joon, this doesn't work in a country like Malaysia. This doesn't work in a country like country A. And that actually saddens me because I always feel that there's always scarcity as well as abundance around us. And it is up to each and every one of us on what to focus on. Sure, you could focus on the scarcity, which is, for me, I am from country name and this might not work well in country name. Or you could look at the other end side of the spectrum, which is, oh wow, this is actually what enables me to have an unfair advantage because I live in country name, and because of that, either not many people are doing it, and because if I do it, the advantage I get earning in US dollars while spending my local currency is going to give me a huge added advantage. Okay? So have the resourcefulness to make it work, right? And turn that into an advantage rather than disadvantage by focusing on abundance rather than scarcity. Okay? Here's another one that I get once in a while. People tell me this, or want to address it will never make $1 million. Right now, this entire video is called $1 Million Frequently Asked Questions. Now, why is it $1 Million Frequently Asked Questions? Why did I name it that way? Well, it is because I believe that if I can help you answer all these objections that's going on in your mind to give yourself permission to move forward, I believe that all, if you get the right strategy, the right mentor, the right system, will be able to do it. But here's the thing, some people tell me this, they say, Ping Jun, you tell people that it's possible to make $1 million or build $1 million company, knowing very well, very, very well that the odds of somebody being a millionaire is probably less than 1%. There's less than 1% of millionaires in the world. So Ping Jun, isn't that unethical? Aren't you selling a dream, like a lottery ticket, knowing very well that the odds of somebody not succeeding is high? So here's how I think about this. How I think about this is that ultimately there are two main ways. The first method of thinking about building $1 million business is this. The odds are incredibly low, and it is incredibly low. And the odds of succeeding is probably 1% or less. It's true. That's the first. So because the odds of doing it is extremely low, let's not even bother attempting, because if you don't attempt it, you can't fail. First method of thinking. Second method of thinking about this is, okay, if the odds are low, but if somebody else did it, why can't I be that next person? What did that person did, despite all odds, that I didn't do? You see, here's what I want to get you to understand, is that both methods of thinking about this are just beliefs. And wouldn't you agree that beliefs are just installed in us by either society, parents, upbringing, and that every person that's born a baby has no beliefs? Here's what I want to get you to see, is that both these beliefs are both true. But you gotta ask yourself, which belief do you think is gonna serve you more in life? I'm not here to impose any beliefs on you, but just notice which belief has been conditioned and wired within you, and just ask yourself, which belief, if you were to adopt one, which belief do you think will actually serve you? I choose to go with the second one. Right? What do you believe? So that's how I'm going to answer the question of, it'll never make $1 million. If that's what you believe, guess what? Right? Okay, so whether you believe you can or you can't, you're going to find a way to make it right. Okay? So the final two questions here is, what if I have a business, or what if I don't have a business right now? Well, if you don't have a business, I'll show you how to get started. Like I mentioned, 2 days from now, I'm actually going to be opening up enrollment to a program where I'm going to walk you through a 5-step process. And I want to be clear on one thing, okay? Whether you decide to join me or not join you for this program, I'm going to be revealing to you what the 5 steps are so that you can decide if you want to join me and accelerate and get faster results. But if you feel that it's not a good fit for you, guess what? You can still do it yourself. So either way, I want you to understand what those 5 steps are, which is going to be revealed in the next training video. In the final piece of the puzzle, video 4 out of 4. So whether you have a business or don't have a business, right? If you have a business, I'm going to be showing you how you can scale it and take it to a whole new level. And if you don't have a business, I'm going to show you how you get started by having and launching your own business online that is in line with the Business 3.0. So here's what I'd like you to do right now. Now, right now, below this video, you'll see, like the first 2 videos, there are the resources prepared. You put a lot of time, energy preparing it. Make sure you go through these resources to really help you get clarity, to solidify the action steps that you should be taking. And number 2, let me know in the comments below what you learned, your biggest takeaway, and the action steps, and that's the most important part, the action steps that you are committed to taking right after watching this video. Hey, this is Ping Jun here. I hope that you got value from this training video. I will see you in approximately 2 days for the final piece of the puzzle when I review to you the 5-step process. Until then, I will see you real soon.